So to describe my dipshit, I would say it was informative,
inspiring,
self-reflective,
challenging,
exhilarating,
insightful,
creative and fun. So I interned for 4 different companies. I did Fortnum & Mason, Albion, Carnbridge Nugent and Nitster. As a maker, I know how to design, how to make, but there's the other side, the business side, that we wouldn't necessarily know about, and I wouldn't want to go into the industry being totally clueless about that. And so that's what I really wanted to learn, and I feel like those placements really did help me get the full spectrum.
So I interned for 2 companies. The first company is a Belgian fine jewelry company called AS29, and it's based in Hong Kong. My second internship was at Louis Vuitton in Paris, and I was a fashion jewelry assistant designer. I worked very closely with a senior designer in a small team. It was a very eye-opening experience, and I have a huge passion in luxury, so it was definitely a very good experience for me.
I did 2 placements through the whole year, 6 months in a weave studio with Christy McDougall and almost 3 months in Fernhill Farm. They do the whole process of wool. If I'm gonna be a designer, I think it's so important to know about how things are made, like with the material you are working, what the people is behind of it.
So I interned at the London Embroidery Studio for about 6 months and then was hired as a studio assistant. So it's a textile-based studio, mainly focused on digital embroidery, doing client-based projects for like fashion and film, TV. Before going into the placement year, I was quite lost with like kind of where I wanted to go after uni. So I was interested in working at a studio that worked amongst different industries and did client-based work.
So I did 2 internships in my placement year. The first was with an artist called Anna Metterbeck, and the second was with another artist called Eben Hoy. Both of those were in Denmark. My first placement in particular had quite a good sustainable angle in that the artist I was working with was really interested in working with ocean plastics. So we'd collect the plastic and then we'd take it back to her studio, clean it, and then start working with it and transforming it into textile objects. And that's really guided my future direction.
My first internship was at the London Woven Studio. I was a weave intern and I got to weave many experimental samples for the company. The final internship I did was in Dubai. It was for a brand called Chica. They're a fusion of the Japanese and Arabian culture, and they design kimonos and abayas.
I interned for Wallace Sewell, which is a weave studio based in London and Dorset. They specialize in woven textile design. They mostly do interior as well as fashion accessories. The whole idea for the placement for me was to get a bit of an insight into how the industry worked.
So I did my first internship with Bas Kosters, who is based in Amsterdam. It was part of the Erasmus scheme. It was a lot of sewing, tapestries, open studios, and coming up with research. And then my second internship was still in Amsterdam with Mediamatic, which is an art centre dedicated to new developments in the arts since 1983. And it was a lot of personal development as well as professional.